I'm a mess right now, but hi, good morning. It is 8 something in the morning, and I just took my fluoxetine along with my high blood pressure medication. I am not looking forward to my sleep apnea appointment, but I'm up now, so I wish I had a breakfast sandwich. I wish I had time to get a breakfast sandwich. I miss having my breakfast sandwiches that I used to meal prep like a year ago. Maybe I should start doing that again, but why is this appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning? Ended up falling asleep around like 1 a.m., like 1:30 after taking some personal time after finishing my vlog, and I kind of regret that. So the doctor's just gonna see me crusty today. Again, I just took my fluoxetine, so I have no idea what the day is going to entail. I almost wish that I took the fluoxetine again last night, because when I set my alarm for 7 o'clock today, I literally shocked myself awake, and my heart is still kind of coming back from that. Well, maybe not my heart, but definitely my chest. I feel like I need to constantly remember to breathe. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get my day started and figure out. I really don't know what's going on. Anyway, I will see y'all outside and probably take y'all with me to go to the doctor. Do you ever just feel like you're chewing people's heads off for no reason? It's like you don't mean to, but I don't know. And I really did want to come here, but my doctor was actually really nice and she put me at ease. So I'm just going to pray to God and just continue with the hope that, you know, things will work out eventually. When I first came in, I noticed it when I sat down in the waiting room. I was like, damn. And it could have been like the morning Iggy's, but I think what I'm gonna do is get a bite to eat at Dunkin' Donuts, get myself a hot chocolate. I literally could just make a hot chocolate at home. That just leaves food. So I'm going to get a bite to eat somewhere. I'll figure it out. Back secured. Well, she made it back at about 11 o'clock. Oh, man. One thing that I don't think that it's depression, but I think one thing that I struggle with in general is just patience. Because when I tell you public transportation, especially in cold weather, just annoys the fuck out of me. It's the waiting and the slow going for me. But basically, I'm back home now. I decided to treat myself, as you can see, too. He gave me a full dozen of donuts. I asked for a half dozen, but honestly, I should have known that I paid for a full dozen when I looked at the total. I didn't get a receipt, unfortunately. But, again, I have my bacon, egg, and cheese, which I'm about to reheat because I already know it's probably cold from being in 20-degree weather. And I just found out tonight that it's probably going to snow more because we have a weather warning. Today, I have a show with Lauren at Ghost Baby, as I was saying yesterday. And I am looking forward to tonight. My sandwich and the hot chocolate. Despite being able to make it myself, I wanted it made by somebody else. Sometimes you just have to pay for the service. That's a form of self-care in itself. It works! It works! It worked! It worked! It worked! It worked! He never saw me, boy, am I lucky I didn't see him neither.
He never saw me, boy, am I lucky I didn't see him neither.
That was a funny lady reference. My precious. I don't even watch Lord of the Rings. What I'm gonna do is maybe write for a while, sort of housekeep. Actually, no, bump that. What I'm going to do is edit yesterday's video, and I'm going to take a couple of those donuts to my show tonight. And I'm really hopeful because we're doing like this thing where our set list for tonight is going to be songs that are symbolic of what we've been through and what we want to attract into next year, and also the things that we want to leave behind. So I'm really, really looking forward to doing that. We might end up calling it song by song, but either way, again, I don't want to convince myself that I'm just psyching myself into thinking that it's the meds and it's really just me being in a better mental state. But I deserve it. I'm going to enjoy my life. And you know, it's so nice having my life be the way it is, single. And I know that I do want a partner eventually, but I have to focus on me. I had a thought come up recently. Actually, no, it was in my song Cheating on Myself, and I performed it last night at the Songwriters, almost at the Songwriters Guild, at the Songwriters Jam thing. I can't seem to focus at all on myself when I'm in fake love with somebody else. I keep hoping that you'll see me standing right here. All you do is ignore me, and you don't even know me, and I don't know myself, can't fully love myself because I'm cheating on myself with you. I had a thought too. I was like, one day I might put my stuff back on streaming, like bit by bit, or maybe create like a collection of the era of my life that the past music has been, and release it all under like a sort of a box set digitally in some way. But right now I'm just figuring out how to live day by day and navigate, you know, my emotions and my mental state. Anyway, I am going to get to work. They don't allow photography in there, but I will try and take you to any of the nooks and crannies that I can and maybe introduce you to some of the band. Yeah, we'll just see. I'm trying not to dip into my donut bag because I've already technically had 2. I want to take some to the gig tonight, but I also don't want to like overload myself on sugar. I'm also scared about drinking tonight because we like to drink on stage and imbibe and be merry, especially because now it's the season for giving. Eat, drink, be merry. And with these new meds though, I'm not sure how that's going to go. So I'm thinking like maybe like a 1 drink max. And then after 1 drink, I call it a night. I also don't want to be like up all night, especially if I have the donuts with me. I don't want it to be like sugar and the alcohol mixed together. This is the only like body food that I'm gonna have all night, all day. That wasn't smart. But it's what I got, so it's what I got to deal with. Because I was trying to reach for an apple and be all healthy, and then the one apple that I ate was all like slushy and it didn't feel right. And being neurospicy, I'm very much about how food smells, tastes, feels going into my mouth. And I don't care if it was still a good apple, I had to throw it out. And I admit that's very first world problem and it's very, you know, selfish, but I know my brain and I can't enjoy food that I genuinely feel is disgusting or smells weird. One pet peeve is that I actually cannot stand the smell of outside food that's not my own, which I always feel self-conscious whenever I bring food into a venue because I'm like, somebody's gonna smell my food. They're gonna either know I have food or want my food, or I need to change out of this shirt too. Smell my food and either be grossed out by it or uncomfortable with it, or they're gonna want my food or ask me like what it, and it's like, I don't wanna do that. I've actually forgot my point. Anyway, I just figured I'd tap in and let you know what's happening. Yeah, just texting my friends and now cooking dinner and kind of taking a break from editing because honestly, Final Cut Pro is annoying the hell out of me. Like, I know we talked about it briefly last night, but I still feel like I am not even able to accept the fact that I just feel happy. Whether it's from the fluoxetine or from a personal mind shift or a placebo effect or whatever you want to call it, I just can't seem to just sit with it. And that makes me upset because I feel like I'm trying to illegitimize or delegitimize my happiness. It feels like I'm calling it a lie when I just genuinely have a better mindset. Whether it's the pills or not, why would I kill the mood? Why would I kill the mood in the room by basically calling my happiness that I have been looking for so long and the switch in perspective that I have wanted for so long fake? And another thing that I know has to be either the medication or something is that I'm less sick, because beforehand I was pretty much just operating on autopilot because I needed money and I needed to get groceries and I needed to do things. So I basically would just wear a face mask everywhere and stay as far away from people as I could just so I can get a check, which as a musician, I hate that that's the world that we live in. I hate that the way people pay us is so inconsistent and inconsiderate. I hate that the treatment is inconsiderate. We don't get green room. We don't get like ample pay. We don't get time to rest. The list goes on, and that'll maybe be another video. I don't want to rant about that right now. But my sickness that I have felt pretty much since like middle to end of November has finally gone away. Like I can finally breathe through my nose again. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that it is because of my mental health getting better. I know it's because of that. So something is in effect because my body feels a lot better. I've also lost weight. When I went to my doctor for a check-in today, my weight was at 270. Usually I'm around the area of like 277, 280. I'm finally back at 270, which feels amazing. At least it feels like encouragement, whether it's because, you know, I haven't been eating as much, or maybe I've been sick, so I haven't been like taking care of myself, or maybe I've like sneezed a lot of the weight off. I don't know. But all I know is that I remember I want to get back down to 260 because at one point I was at 260. That would really be nice. I wish that my doctor celebrated my weight loss rather than just being like, well, you're obese, change it. And actually, I kind of want to talk about this 2333. Here we go again. 222 and 333 have been following me all day. I hope that that's alignment. 23 is also a angel number. 23 and 32 are also my angel numbers, 3, 4, 5. I want to say this about the healthcare system. I'm really kind of disappointed. I'm going to continue seeing him until I just stop caring. I feel so disappointed at my doctor, my main physician, because tell me why my therapist genuinely is just nice enough to check in on me and text me if I'm okay and ask if I'm doing okay. Tell me why my sleep apnea doctor is more accommodating and willing to chat with me online through the little doctor app than my actual doctor who I needed and wanted to prescribe me the fucking medications that I needed. It's like, and then on top of that, like my blood pressure has been high ever since, you know, probably pre my suicide attempt, because I was like in the 300s when I was in high school. And I'm pretty sure I was still battling the 300s when I was in college. And after I graduated college in 2019, I tried to attempt suicide. And I'm sure my blood pressure was high at that point too, regardless of whether I took a million pills or not. The stress alone, plus my obesity and, you know, just the state of things around me just ruined my health mentally and physically. It's been constantly a battle trying to get my blood pressure to be low. Only recently have I seen it go to like a somewhat normal rate. And even then it still fluctuates between high and low. I was scared to take it this morning because I didn't know if it was going to be high due to my like fucking panicking waking up. I didn't want to I was already having trouble like breathing because I was like startled awake by my alarm clock. So I didn't really want to do that because I figured, well, hey, it's just going to be high anyway. Plus, I need to take my medication to begin with. But that, like, my doctor on that regard gives me so much anxiety because it feels like every time I see him, it's like, get the 3cc stat, and we have this going on with him, and we have he starts calling out fucking codes into his phone of I don't know what he's doing, like notating or sending it off to something, or I don't know what it is, but there's such a sense of urgency whenever I see him, and it makes me uncomfortable. Plus, in the times when I need him, he's not able to be contacted. He's typically whenever I text him about meds or anything, it's like forwarded to an assistant. And I get that doctors have a million people that they see all the time. It's impossible to just have one person just like focus on you intently. Like, my therapist is a good example of somebody that maybe she sees a lot of people, but, you know, especially because we're both queer and we're both neurospicy and we both see eye to eye with one another. And also just, I think because she genuinely thinks, and I do believe this about myself, that I am a good person, she reaches out to me and is willing to work with me on things. And again, like I said about my sleep apnea doctor, she sees a lot of people every day. But she responds to my texts in the hospital app, in the healthcare app, like within 24 hours, if not sooner. And on top of that, like I told you, I was feeling weird because I felt like I chewed the front desk lady's head off because it was so cold and I was so tired and I didn't want to be there. And so when she was asking, and I also tried to check in online so I could minimize talking, but then she kept asking me questions and it was like, damn it, can I just be left alone? And I think that came out in my tone, and I didn't mean that to be like, I don't know. Even my doctor, when I was feeling really nervous and annoyed and pissed off, she put me right at ease and made me feel like I was a priority and asked me questions and did things like that to like actually gauge what I needed versus, okay, well, here's the stats of you. You're a problem because of these stats. Fix this and I'll see you in 6 months. If not later. God bless him. Like, he's doing the best that he can, I'm sure. But honestly, I'm just like, at this point, I would rather just find a new doctor. So I'm only saying this information personally because I'm like, there needs to be more talk about this amongst people. I feel like people have said this before, but I feel like doctors are like clothes. Some might not be a good fit, but others might be a good fit for you, so you should try and search for them if you can. The only thing is that I have been so mentally in a fog for the past several years. I have just wanted to get the job done and have a doctor and have healthcare and have a healthcare plan. And I've been in constant survival and defense mode that I have been unable to truly take care of myself. And that's one thing that I'm hoping that through medication I'm able to do. Not necessarily be independent. We all need one another. And I do need help from other people. But I want to be able to feel like I can take on the world. Not all at once. I don't want the world in my hands. That's God's job. I want to be able to take on the things that are in my control. And I just saw 32 on the clock. And let that be enough. And part of this vlog is like accountability for taking my pills and and doing my morning pages and all of this stuff. Yeah, sure. But also, this is kind of putting into perspective for me the things that I have to do within a day. And anything beyond that, if I have the energy for it, great. But if not, the goals that I set for the day in this, that's all I'm doing. And that's enough. 11-11. That's enough for me. I don't want to stress myself out any more than I need. I don't need to stress myself out. I don't want to stress myself out. How did we get here from donuts? Bro, water is my best friend. Anytime I'm with water or near water or when I drink water, I just don't want to leave because I just love it so much. Okay, fit check time. I need to be a ghost baby by 7, but Lauren said that for this final show for December for the year, she was doing like leather shorts on stage and like red boots. So I figured like with the black vibe, I would go with my oversized leather thing from Forever 21 and my red sweater as an accent color. And I'm thinking of possibly doing my boots tonight, especially since it's going to be snowing. And I just don't want to take any chances, especially after I literally had a fucking knee injury this year. So, it's not even 6 yet, it's 5:28. Well, I have time to finish editing. I can show you. That is the weirdest shot of me I've ever seen. But I am finally finished with editing the official video with titles and pictures and video and everything. And so now I am getting ready to add music if it's not corny. After I kind of fiddle around with that and see how I feel about it, I think I'm going to leave that alone and then grab my food for tonight, which is going to be my popcorn. I forgot I had popcorn and chips in the cupboard. So I can have that as a snack at Ghost Baby. And I'm gonna take 2 donuts with me. If I want them, I can eat them there, but if not, I'll just take them home in my bag. And thank God I don't have gear, because I'll be back there tomorrow afternoon. Thank God it's in the afternoon and not 9 o'clock in the morning. But nevertheless, I will be back at Ghost Baby, so I will just be taking 1 bag with me. Yee! And maybe, if it's not too fucking freezing cold, I'll remember my gloves this time, and I can take you with me on the walk down there. Can I also say that doing this vlog is actually kind of giving me more joie de vivre in terms of living my life? I actually like that a lot, because I never really went through my life with any sense of like purpose or reason to find joy. So now I'm kind of making everything an event, and it's making me more happy in the process. So again, maybe it's the meds and maybe it's just me finding more perspective, but I like it. Miraculously, the first vlog has been completed and is now, trash can, and is now getting ready. Well, not getting ready. I already exported it and it's in my documents. And now I'm about to take you into what I call, or like to call, the bowels of the spooky fetus. So come with me to Ghost Baby.
I savor you. I love the way I taste on you. I can have it all. I can have it all. Smoking that haze all day with you.
All right, so we are in the bowels officially, and I'm here with oh captain, Miss Lauren Eylise. Say hey. Hey. I'm doing a little photo op. We're gonna have the band in here shortly, and we're all gonna say hey before we go on. So stay tuned.
Sex.
Sex?
Oh Lord. Oh, but didn't. Is it the stage sexual?
Matt Lewis, bass.
Man, Louis.
Hey, James Ricks, guitar. All right, everybody. What we cheers into?
And I am Lauren Eylise.
Lauren Eylise, y'all met the queen.
Oh, I look crazy that close.
Wrapping up a great.
This curl is sticking out real weird.
Oh, should we do
Yes,
like
it is.
more life?
Oh, it should be more life. More life.
More life. More what?
More love. We got everybody keep saying what they want more of. More beauty.
More money.
More freedom.
Everything
more
was good.
happiness.
Yep.
Yeah, more money. Somebody say money.
Money.
More travel.
More money. More travel.
More patience. More guitars.
Yeah, more patience.
Yeah.
Wait a
I was
minute.
just
I
talking
don't know
about
if I want more patience, because then the Lord get you stuck to be patient.
Man, I was asking the Lord to like help me get through the long run and not just the sprint. So
Yeah, that's for real. We should.
Well, and more y'all, more us.
more us.
More time.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
It's gonna be a happy new year.
More yak.
More yak.
Yeah, period. Come back.
Y'all just gonna have to deal with my shirt off because y'all are guests in my home. At least it ain't other things. Why did y'all need to know that? Also, again, this weird ass fucking angle. Let me try and. That looked like a nightmare. That looked like here's Johnny. Tonight went very well. It wasn't exactly how we planned it, but most nights aren't exactly how we plan it anyway. And I think God likes to have his way with our program in the first place. I'm going to take that burp as spiritual confirmation. Oh my God. I'm just happy that we had a great time. We got tipped really well. The audience was really receptive. One thing that I was thinking about on the way there is the thought crossed my mind. I had to write it down. And I was like, is this happy feeling that I've got just for the week? Like, is this going to last when the gigs stop? And when I have a whole week of nothing, plus a week plus really of no gigs, no appointments, nothing to do. Like, am I going to be able to keep up the momentum of this vlog? And part of me was just like, that's not for me to think about right now. And again, I have a tendency to think too far in the future. I don't think I said anything about that, but I do. And I basically make God's work my work. And I start to worry. I have to remember what I said last night. This is the moment that we're meant to live in. So I'm going to just live in it for right now for what it is. Like, I genuinely was just in a good mood the whole night. And normally when I go to gigs, I'm pissed off when I come in the door. I went downtown, and it's the same one that I'm doing this Friday night. And I remember I walked in the door, I was just mad as hell. And I was like, I'm just going to give it to everybody. Like in my attitude and how I walked in, and I was trying to be like more confident. 333. If I say 333 one more time, I need to have a 333 counter. That's gonna be my shtick in these videos. When I was actually telling Lauren this tonight, I was like, I want to walk into the room like I fucking own that bitch. And we were talking about how she always kind of walks into Ghost Baby without a reservation. And Justin or whoever's down there, because she's so well known, they give her a seat. And she's able to, you know, stay as long as she pleases. And I'm always like, but I'm the person that's so different from you two. And like, because my other friend Hunter, who I was in a band with for a while, she was a leader of a band called Hunter and the Ammunition, which I don't even know if she still plays at Ghost Baby, but y'all should check her out. She's a really, really cool photographer and digital artist, and also a very good friend of mine. You two can walk into Ghost Baby because you just have that pull, and you guys are so special, and you're so well known, and meanwhile, I'm nobody. I have the this and the that. And she's like, you are this exact same thing. You get paid so much to be here on a regular basis. I have said before, this is not Lauren talking, but I have said before that I might as well have a second apartment in that building as much as I've played there. I deserve to walk into every venue. Like, fuck yeah, y'all hired me. And fuck yeah, I'm a regular here. It's about me knowing who I am, knowing my worth, leading with a positive spirit, a positive and confident spirit. I'm seeing right now in my mind's eye like a phoenix. That's what I'm seeing in my mind when I walk in the room, except it's like me in like a big cloak that's the same sort of rainbow scales, rainbow feathers. And it's not necessarily about, I'm gonna let you have it. It's more so about, also, how many song references can I put in these vlogs? It's more so about how I control my mood and not the gig. Anyway, I'm really getting tired of looking outside of the actual camera, the viewfinder, but also looking into your soul is like very bizarre. Yeah, I'm done. Good night.